Good evening. My name is Deanna McCarthy Perkins. I'm a librarian slash history major. Please excuse Luciano in the back. I know we're not supposed to have anybody in the back, but he's a 25-pound rescue cat, and I really have no control over him. Moving forward, tonight I'm going to be discussing St. Michael Cemetery in Pensacola, Florida. Originally, this is a rural area. But now downtown Pensacola is just a mecca of urban society. And in the heart of downtown Pensacola lies this wrought iron, black sculptured, beautiful above ground tombs that you see a lot of in the southern states because of the water markers. That goes back to the days of yellow fever when, a lot of tombs needed to be above ground. So you have these gorgeous above ground tombs. In St. Michael's Cemetery, research shows that it began in the mid-1700s, right around the time of the Spanish period in Pensacola from 1781 to 1821. St. Michael's is on the National Register of Historic Places in conjunction with the Pensacola Historic District. It's considered an open-air museum. It is a big part of the community and the very rich history that is within the community of Pensacola. The diversity of the city has not changed much from its roots. You'll see different street names. Bernardo de Galvez, when he, took over from the British when he took Pensacola. So there's a very, very thick Spanish heritage here in Pensacola, but there's also a mix of other cultures as well, and it's seen in St. Michael's Cemetery. The original Spanish period, was 1781 to 1821, but originally there's artifacts that have been found by the University of West Florida that shows between 1559 and 1561 that there was a Spanish settlement here. This is prevalent in St. Michael's because there's a lot of the Spanish names that come up. Some of the people that are buried there: Dr. and Professor Eugenio Antonio Sierra, born 1750, he died 1849. Salvador de Pons, he was the first African American mayor of Pensacola in 1878. And then the colonel and later brigadier general of the Spanish Army, Don Manuel Gonzalez, who died in 1838. And when you walk around and you see the different tombstones, there's just a little stone that might say soldier, unknown name, died 1778, measles. There's a lot of areas where, and you can tell the classes, just like today in society, this one drives this car, and this one has a bigger home, and this one's in a smaller home. It's the same thing in this graveyard. And I don't think that that's changed much, because you may have, the unknown soldier over here next to a baby, and there's this huge stone. This baby died of yellow fever. Then the biggest tomb in the cemetery is a huge Celtic cross in reverence to one of the priests. So you have a lot of Catholicism, a lot of Baptist, a lot of Lutheran, which that made sense because coming over from New Orleans and the Gulf South and all, there was the German society as well. So you see all of this in this beautiful cemetery. I took notice of the wrought iron. That's pretty big in New Orleans, where I come from originally. You see a lot of that black with the French, with the fleur-de-lis, and this is the same thing at St. Michael's Cemetery. It was amazing to walk through. I've walked through it before, but it was nice to go back and just observe with new eyes since taking this class. And I don't think that there's been much pattern change. There is a difference in society where the big wrought iron, like where a family might be buried, as opposed to where some of the soldiers are buried, and then opposed to where some of the more rich people that were buried, like the governors or their wives, and all of it is a little bit different. And then there's some graves that I'm just wanting to go volunteer and go help clean them up, because they've been lost to families not taking care of them because they died in the late 1700s. Thanks for listening. Have a blessed week.